Good morning. We got up at 6 a.m, quickly washed our faces, brushed our teeth, went to the toilet, got dressed, and now we are out waiting for the bus. It's 6:30. Hopefully it comes soon. We have our ticket for the park between 7 and 7:40 because you have to book tickets online in a time slot. And we are so excited to go to Park Manuel Antonio. So let's get the bus and get going. So the bus dropped us off at the park entrance. We're kind of walking up a path past a couple of bars and restaurants and hotels and things. So I'm pretty sure it's this way. We're following somebody with a big telescope and I'm sure he's going to the park. But yeah, bus was fine. It was busy to begin with, so we stood for the first half. And then I think the locals work at kind of bars and restaurants and hotels, so they jump off the bus as we kind of get further and further. So we ended up sitting down for the second half. Okay, this way I think. Okay, so this looks like the entrance. It should open in literally 3 minutes. I'm going to have to pop to the toilet before we go. That's the hotel literally at the doorstep, so if you want somewhere close, I'd probably recommend there. Yay, this is exciting. Okay, we are literally the third and fourth people in here. I think they check tickets and I think they also check bags to make sure that you don't have any food. You're allowed to take in water in bottles like this, but that's it. Okay, so it's 7:05. We are starting the walk. I'm using Jeremy's watch today because I'm really interested to see my heartbeat and to see what it's like wearing something like this because I never really have, or maybe I did years ago, but not on like an actual hike. So we'll see how we get on with that. But Jeremy's sorted out a plan to go on certain routes to look for sloths, and yeah, it should be good. So I'm going to be looking up at the treetops a lot of the time. I'd also like to see some of the macaws a bit closer because we've seen them from our balcony view. We've seen them a couple of times, but they're really far away, so I would like to see some a bit closer if we can. But yeah, it's always hard as well when you're looking at birds up because you don't really get a good view versus being like sideways, obviously. So we'll see what we find, but obviously I will show you along the way. But yeah, not many people here honestly at 7 a.m. Obviously it's low season now, it's middle of June, so maybe in the busy months it might be busier, but at the moment it's nice and quiet, which is lovely. So the first path we are doing is this one. Jeremy's read online that apparently the waterfall is not great, it's not super impressive, but apparently there's really good wildlife here, so we're going to go this way. Look at that morning light, it's beautiful. So I've swapped to glasses because it's too dark for sunglasses because we're obviously in the trees and shaded, and I've also just put on bug spray. Now this is a different one to the one I used when we were in Tortugueros Park, which made my arms swell, so hopefully I won't swell this time. And it actually smells quite nice. Wish me luck, hopefully I'm okay because I just got bitten on the back of my leg and I felt it. It was one of them like, ah. So I sprayed it on my arms and legs. But yeah, hoping we can find some slothies. That would be so cute. People have posted online pictures of sloths with babies, which just melts our heart, so we're a little bit excited to see that, hopefully. We'll see. Guys, there's an animal, we have no idea what it is. That thing there jumping, what the heck is that? I so wish I had the iPhone 10. No, not the iPhone 10, the iPhone whatever it's 15 with the 10 times zoom, because oftentimes I zoom in 2.5, it's not enough. And then when I zoom in 7, like just now, it's blurry AF. So get yourself a good phone, get yourself some binoculars and get yourself a good camera and lens to really be able to enjoy Costa Rica and get lots of pictures and videos. But no idea what that was, we just saw a little animal like jumping almost. There's a monkey. What's interesting is we're starting to learn the monkey sounds and the bird sounds. So we heard that before we saw it. So we just saw a frog and took some pictures and videos. Can you see it? Yeah. But some guy just passed us and said there's a sloth here. Okay, there's a sloth here. Let me know if you can see it. It's there, that little ball, all curled up. There's a little sloth. Okay, we have made it to the waterfall. There's a little platform to stand on. So there's a sign here. They have deer here, white-tailed deer. Oh, how cute. But I think that's what we just saw. The Central American agouti. It was probably that. Oh, I think that's what we saw this morning from our balcony. A bare-throated tiger heron. That's cool. And Jeremy thinks he might have seen a deer yesterday, so we've probably got bingo on that card. And then so this is the waterfall. It is quite small, you obviously can't go for a swim or anything either. Okay, so basically the walk to the waterfall is one of those we go there and then come back again. So we're now going to go back onto the main path and then do the next kind of route that we want to do. Okay, we're just walking past the Slothy and there's a group of, well, it's like a guide with two people here. And he's moved his face. We thought where his bum was where his face was, but actually it's not. His face is up and he's moved it up a bit. So we're taking a couple of pictures, but I'll show you as well. So here it is, if I zoom in. And then that's at 7%, so you can see him a little bit better, not 7%, times 7 zoom, so that's a bit better there. You can see his face at the top and his arms wrapped around. Okay guys, it got busy. All the groups have arrived. There's lots of tour guides with groups of like 10. So we're just kind of going to start weaving our way through, I think, and trying to avoid them. But we've seen a lizard, we've seen the monkeys again, we've seen a centipede or millipede, I don't know the difference. I do know the difference, but I don't know which one it was. So yeah, having fun so far. But yeah, it's busy. So I need to pop to the toilet because it's the time of the month, but Jeremy is surrounded by all these people because, like I said, there's lots of guides with their big telescopes and things. But yeah, it's busy. I think in all the other parks we've been to, we haven't seen that many people combined. We usually see maybe, 2 or 3 people here and there. But yeah, there's a lot of people here. This is crazy. We haven't seen this many people in such a long time. Okay, so we're back at the main entrance. When we came, we went down there and then turned left down the waterfall path. But this time we're going to go down here. So that's literally the entrance where people come in. We're going to go this way and go along the boardwalk. So this is the boardwalk, very pretty. Kind of reminds me of Miami because we used to go on the boardwalk all the time. But yeah, definitely glad we got here at 7 AM and had like an hour and a half of peace and quiet because now it is getting busy. Okay, so here we're looking at a couple of crabs. They're blue with red legs. So like here, 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 here. There's a closer one here. Guys, there's 2 deer. What the heck? 3 deer. Mama and some babies. Look. Oh, how cute. So there's the mom and 2 babies, and then there's a dad back there. I don't know if you can... Yeah, look at it. I've just said to Jeremy this reminds me of Centre Parks, and he said as soon as there's trees it reminds you of Centre Parks, and it really does. I don't know why. I have really fond memories of going to Centre Parks as a child.
Nature is Centre Park.
Or the Lake District. If it's rainy, it's the Lake District. If it's like this, it's Centre Parks. But what's interesting is those deer had no fear, so they're obviously really used to hearing humans, because usually if you hear a deer in the wild, they will peg it as soon as they hear people. But I think here they're just used to seeing people, so it's definitely more touristy here, but it's definitely really beautiful. I love the boardwalk above the plants and things. Look at all these crabs. That is crazy. Okay, so this one is called the Sloth Trail, because I think there's a couple of sloths that live along here. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we spot some. It's nice and sunny, and it's so pretty here. We have to get our sunnies out, I think, in a minute. We're both like... But yeah, it's so cute. It's a really nice place to come. And I also understand why it's so well maintained. Like, it seems way more touristy in the fact that there's paths and boardwalks and stations where you can stop and stand and things, because obviously it's the most visited park in Costa Rica, so they must get thousands of people here on a weekly basis. They have to keep it nice, but I think also the fact that it's so well preserved and so nice to look around also means it's more visited, so it's nice. It definitely... Is that howler monkeys? Yeah. It definitely feels less wildlife and naturey than the other parks we've been in, because obviously usually we're kind of, I don't know, more in the thick of it and there's way less people. But you can actually avoid the people if you just kind of wait for groups to pass, or you pass them or something, so they're not right next to you talking. But then at the same time it is quite nice to walk past and hear little bits of information. Like I just heard that the crab holes can be a metre deep, and the sloths don't drink water. Their fur soaks up the humidity from the environment. That was another thing I learnt. So yeah, we're learning different things along the way. But it's nice. It's nice to be just us two, because I don't think I'd want to be in a group with like loud people talking and shouting and kids and all the rest of it. So it's nice. And this is what the path looks like. This is Crazy Town. It's so busy. I think the other thing that makes us a bit less fun is that usually when we go through national parks, it's literally just us, and we're the ones looking for sloths and lizards and monkeys and things, and you kind of listen out for sounds and you're like really observing everything. Whereas here, because there's so many guides, they know exactly where to find the sloths and exactly where to find different things. So we've kind of got less curiosity about us, because we just know that if everybody's still looking at something, there's going to be something in the tree versus us trying to find it ourselves. So it feels less rewarding and less kind of exciting, and like there's less curiosity, I guess, as to where things are going to be. So there's obviously something here because everybody's pointing and photographing and all the rest of it, which is fun. Again, it just means that it's taken the excitement away a little bit. Oh, I can see it up there, the slothy. Okay, so here's the sloth. Zoom in, you can see it hanging just here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit further as well. So we just saw the sloth, and it's interesting because the first time we saw a sloth in Tortuguero National Park, we literally stood by one of them for maybe half an hour or an hour. Like, we got the video, the tripod out, we were filming it, photographing it. I just literally sat on the floor to watch it and to look at it. Whereas here, it was like, get a picture and keep moving, because it's only like a small path. And there was maybe, I don't know, 30, 50 people there or something. So it's a really different experience. It's like, whoa, I nearly stood on that thing. It's a really different experience in terms of like, take your picture and then go. Take your picture, then go. You can't just like stand and enjoy and sit and watch and get the tripod out, and it's a really different experience. It's a lot more like, okay, we're gonna go and see this sloth, take your picture, tick, we're gonna go and see this thing, take your picture, tick, we're gonna go see this thing, take your picture, tick. So it's a lot less natural, like a lot quicker basically, and just like a tick list versus like actually exploring nature. I mean, listen. Like, all you can hear is people talking, you can't even hear the birds in the nature, so not our fave. So there's a howler monkey up here. That black splodge is a howler monkey. I'm trying to get a good view of it, like a good angle, but it's kind of hard when they're in the trees. Okay, this is one of the cafes, just an FYI. There's also souvenirs and things and toilets around here, but there's lots of sloth teddies and t-shirts and Pura Vida things. But we are now going to head up and do the Mirador because it's 9 AM now, it's 9:15. So if I kind of think it's better to do now because it's only ever going to get hotter at like midday. Okay guys, it's uphill. Hi, I'm sweaty. You're doing all right, aren't you, as usual? My heart's at 142, I can now tell you that because I'm wearing Jeremy's watch. We've done 2 hours and 24 minutes and I've burnt 310 active calories and we've done 4 kilometres. Jeremy's bored. Okay, let's keep going. So we've made it to one viewpoint. This isn't the main viewpoint, but it's still pretty good. And we're going to keep going this way to get to the next one. Okay, so 3 like teenage kids just walked past us, probably like 18, 20. And one of the guys was like trying to get under here, was like, oh, I'm going to break this stick. And I was like, you're not really supposed to touch the nature. And the other kid was like, you're not really supposed to touch the nature. And I was like, you're also not really supposed to be shouting. And then, like, why am I that person? Why am I that middle-aged, old, grumpy woman that will tell off children? Not children, adults, they were all out 20, but still. I was like, please don't break that stick because it's nature. Maybe just stay on the path. Oh dear, never mind. Okay, we've made it to the viewpoint. This is my first reaction. Not at all what I wanted to see. I thought we were going to see the bit where I'll put a picture on screen where you can see the island. I mean, it's a good viewpoint, but it's not what I was expecting. Oh dear. So this is the viewpoint. It's not bad. In fact, it's bloody good. It's just not what I was expecting. Look at this vulture drying. It's absolutely fucking huge. Okay, so this is the view from the top. Not the one I was expecting, but it is gorgeous. I'm sweating my balls off, so I think we're now going to head back down and head towards the beach. But this is the view. So just about to leave, and this guy's sat there. Nearly stood on him. Okay, so we are now making our way down to the beach. I can start to hear the waves already, so we're going to be there soon. But it's lots of downhill, so we're looking at the floor a lot. Oh, boiling. Which way? Down this way? We were there, we came up the green and back down again, and then we've just walked down the orange and we're here. So we're now going to walk along here and then back again. So Jeremy's been wildlife photographer of the year. There's some monkeys just behind there. I think you can see its head there. And I'm just sat chilling, trying to get my heart rate back down. I'm at 78 at the moment, and I've burnt 457 active calories. So the reason I'm wearing Jeremy's watch is because I'm thinking about getting some sort of fitness tracker, whether an Apple Watch, a Fitbit or a Garmin. And I'm sort of been looking at reviews and looking at different things. The thing that I don't like about the Apple Watch is that it runs out of battery after like a day or 2 days, which I don't think I would be very good at. The Fitbit you have to do a monthly subscription or like pay 80 quid a year to get all the information. So maybe a Garmin, but they're just more expensive up front. So like this is completely not a chat for you guys, I know, but like you can get an Apple Watch, this version, for 200. You can get a Fitbit for 150, 180, something like that. We'd have to pay 80 quid a year, or you can get a Garmin for like 250. And I don't think they have a subscription service, like a monthly or yearly thing. So maybe it'd be a Garmin, but I just don't know if after like 3 months I'd be done wearing it and I'd be like, okay, I'm done. So it's a lot of money to spend for 3 months, but it's less overall if you wear it for like 3 or 5 years or whatever. So if you have any advice about Fitbit, Garmin or Apple Watch, please let me know, because I'm curious. Okay, so we've finished filming the monkeys. We're now heading down to this tiny little beach. Okay, so this is the beach. Absolutely gorgeous. It's quite small as well. It's lovely. So we're on the beach and all these hermit crabs have woken up and they're all going up the beach. And then over in the sun there's a big boy lizard. And then there's a tiny bit of beach here and someone has found themselves somewhere to sleep, which is genius. So relaxing. He's just eating one of the tiny little crabs. Let's see if he does it again. Okay guys, so my Rode mic has run out of battery, the receiver, which is annoying because it said it was fully charged this morning. I checked earlier, it was half charged, and then now it's just dropped to empty, and it's happened a few times. So I need to buy a new one. I'm telling you this because the sound is going to sound different from now onwards basically than it did this morning, and it's literally because the mic died. There's nothing I can do about that, so I apologise. Just to let you know, it's going to probably sound a little bit different. Yeah, that's an agouti, I think it's called. That's what we saw earlier, jumping about, and I didn't know what it was. Okay, there's a sloth up here in between the trees there. Wow, he's moving! Wow!
That was cool.
Jamie, I can still see him here.
Yeah.
There's a slothy. I think we need to get the tripod. Wow. Wow.
Oh, that's a bit.
He's just hanging. Okay, so this is the beach area. This is apparently one of the top 10 beaches in the world, according to Forbes, I think it was, that said that. I heard some guys saying that earlier. But it's a nice place for people to sit and swim. It's beautiful here. I've got a hiccup, so excuse me if I hiccup, but next up is the Mirador Trail, which is this way. So we are currently walking on the path between the two beaches where it gets to kind of the bulbous end. So there's a beach either side, and there is a sloth just above us. It's so cute, hiding in the palm tree above us. So that's the bit we just walked down and saw the sloth, and we're about to do this loop and then head back again. So we're now walking around the kind of point that's an island. Jeremy said it used to be an island, but the sediment has closed it on, so now it's connected, so now you can walk across. But yeah, we've just seen the last sloth which Jeremy wanted to see. The last thing in Costa Rica could be a baby sloth, but I think we'll be very lucky to see that. So I am pretty much done. We started at 7, it's now 11:45, so nearly 5 hours. I've about had enough, my feet are getting tired. Do you fancy doing, oh he's not there. I maybe fancy doing the quick walk back like on the main path versus going along the beach. We'll see, but I've had enough. And also when Jeremy's watched, I could track my whole thing, and after like 4 hours or something, it beeped because I was stood watching a sloth, and it said, "Do you want to cancel the walk?" And I pressed the screen to slide up to press dismiss, and it pressed end walk. So I'm gonna have 2 sets of data for this hike. Kind of annoying, but it's just because I don't know how to use it. It's my own fault. This is the path. We're going to be going up there in a minute. So this is the first viewpoint. Pause the video if you want to read some of this. And this is the view. So there's 2 islands, one there and one there, and you can also see a little bit around there, the mainland. Okay, so this is the viewpoint on the rock. I'll show you up there. So this is viewpoint number 2. And the beautiful thing about this one is that there's a hole in the rock down there. This section here, there's a hole in the rock, which is what it's called. It's a really nice view. So this is the next viewpoint, and between September and November you can see humpback whales, which would be incredible. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's currently June. Okay, so this is the next viewpoint. We started here, we walked all the way around, so we've nearly finished right here now. And it's called Isla Verde, which is Green Island, and I think it's because of this island here. It is 20 past 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm doing 5.5 hours. Knackered. Definitely worth coming to, really enjoyed it and different to the other parks that I've been to, but I am hot and sweaty and knackered. So Jeremy wants to have a look down the beach to see if he can spot any guides, like looking around the train, see if there's any sloths or anything. But I think otherwise we're just going to take the main road through the park to get back and get a bus.
And watch the game.
And watch the game. I don't know what game, but you watched the game. I watched some Love Island. Oh, and some Perfect Match. And whatever else shit TV I can find. Oh, my goodness. Look at this guy. He's like blue with a yellow and black back. He's cool. So I hope you can hear me with the waves, but we're now on the beach. And over there is where we were yesterday, so behind those rocks you can see there's some like umbrellas and things. That's where we were yesterday. But you can also enjoy the beach here if you pay for the park entrance. So we had a look on the map, and actually this path along the beach is probably half the length of going back into the park and back on the main road and then back across again. It'll probably be like twice as long, so we're just going to walk across this beach path, which is good. It's in the shade actually. I thought it'd be in the sun and be too hot, but actually it's fine. Oh, I am pooped. We're just saying as well, we always get up early because we either have a day trip or we have work calls or we're travelling, so we're often up at like 7 or 8 in the morning, sometimes 5 or 6, to like either travel or have work calls or do a day trip. So I'm just tired. We've not slept particularly well for a little while now, so I think tomorrow we'll be able to sleep in a little bit, which would be nice, and I'll talk to you about that later. Okay, so we have finished the beach walk. We could have turned left and gone down to the entrance, but instead we're walking back along here to look for the sloth that we saw earlier when it was full of people, and there's now no one, so hopefully we can, if we find it, we can just sit and enjoy looking at the sloth without having to hurry up. Just an FYI, it's 10 to 1 and there's no one around. I just walked past 3 people behind me. But otherwise, when we walked down this path earlier, you could hear big groups of people along the main road here. There was lots of people on this path even. So yeah, 1 PM, it's quiet. It's so nice. So remember how busy this was earlier? It's now completely empty, but the sloth is not there anymore. He was up here earlier. Okay, we've just found the sloth here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. Let me zoom in.
That's when you were typing.
Yeah, he's scratching himself. I wonder if that's probably the same sloth then, because he's not moved far. Because that was the tree he was in earlier.
Yeah,
and now he's in this tree. So you know how I said I was done? We then saw a sloth and now I'm back on form. We saw it on the small path, so we're now going to walk on the main path, which is the only road we didn't do in this whole hike. So we are actually doing it, but we're now going on the main path to see the sloth from this angle because I think it would be closer. So there's a group of people with phones out, so I think it's there. So I think we'll find it again, which is good.
60 million years years ago.
Look how close it is, it's so
Sloths
cute.
used to be about a ton in weight, about 20 foot in diameter. Ellos se alimentan principalmente de hojas. No comen mucho carbohidrato y proteína, entonces están anémicos.
It's fine.
Hanging bush.
You're not like nocturnal, that one, right? The 3 toes, because 2 toes is just nocturnal. Have you seen 2 toes, the sloth yet? Sloth per day, they move more than 2 kilometers a day.
Okay guys, it is 1:30. We are still in the park. We've just spent maybe half an hour looking at the sloth. It was so close, it was so cute. And I'm really happy because at the beginning he was moving quite a lot and would like scratch himself or scratch his head and his body and things. And then it kind of got into comfy position and stayed still towards the end, so we decided to leave it and go. But honestly, this time of day, there's so many less people than there was earlier. So from about midday, it's so quiet. There are obviously tour groups still going on, but it's just a lot quieter than earlier. So yeah, really enjoyed that. My feet really now are dead. I am exhausted, I'm starving, but we've still got to walk back to the bus stop and wait for a bus. But yeah, incredible, so incredible to see it that close. That was amazing. So when you come out, there's loads of touristy stuff you can buy. Coconuts or sloths. There's also a nice cream place there. There's clothing, t-shirts and things if you want some souvenirs. There's a lot here. There's also all this set up as well, so when you go to the bus, this wasn't here this morning, but it's all set up. Good morning guys, my body is absolutely wrecked. I'm going to put a picture on screen of the Apple Watch that I wore yesterday, because I think we did, was it like nearly 18,000 steps and over 12 kilometers, and it was 6.5 hours. So I'm tired today. My wrist is still a little bit sore. I don't think I showed you yesterday, but I had a bit of a rash here from the Apple Watch. If I ever do get one, I need to make sure I get like a fabric band or a leather band, because they always cause me blisters. But yeah, we have enjoyed it here. We've had a lot of rain over the past couple of days, but generally I think it's been really good. Definitely recommend going to the park. I think between the hours of like 7 and 8:30 in the morning, it was really quiet, which was lovely. And then about 8:30, all the groups come, and then again at about 12:30, 1 o'clock or something, it got quiet again. So maybe come at lunchtime or after lunch and have the afternoon, because it was really lovely and quiet. I can't believe we saw a sloth that close yesterday as well. I was literally gobsmacked. It was amazing. So really enjoyed that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I would recommend staying here. It's very orange, but it's very nice. But we've been seeing some really amazing birds from the balcony here, so I would recommend. It's nice and quiet, but it's close enough to town and things, so yeah, it's been good. We are going on to the next place today. We're going to Uvita for 5 nights, and then we'll be going to San Jose, and then we'll be leaving Costa Rica. So only 2 more destinations left for us to explore. But thanks for watching this one. I'll see you in the next one when we explore Uvita.